Furious pace out of the centre for the Demons from Luke Beveridge up to half forward, and a good mark. It's been taken by Earl Spalding. And where's Bennett? There he is, and just about a mark. In fact, it should be paid. He's a little bit closer in this time, so distance won't be a problem.
Dennis Banks is trying to tell Peter Cameron that he had a bite in between there. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this again, Pete. And no doubt that's a mark.
Yes, I agree with you, Bernie. So Bennett has kicked one behind so far. Has he hooked that as well? It's close. Have to wait for the goal umpire. Might get another kick. Yes, 50-metre penalty. So it wasn't a goal. It will be now. The player in question has gone over the mark. So we can put that down. There's a goal to Melbourne.
Yes. Did Banks run over the mark there, Pete?
Well, somebody did. Whoever was standing on it, Bernie. I was watching Bennett. Won't make much difference who ran over it. Darren Bennett, first goal for him, first goal for Melbourne. So the Demons hit back 1-5 to 1-2 at VFL Park.
Yes, and he could be the big danger, as we said. Collingwood without a recognised fullback. Dennis Banks, a very versatile player, is picking up Darren Bennett, but Darren Bennett 196 centimetres, very tall full forward. No doubt about that, Mark. A good lead, a strong leading player, Darren Bennett, and kicks the ball a mile.
Well, he should have kicked on the right foot for a start, young Darren Cuthbertson. There's Banks to the half-back line. Spalding should mark and does. Now they need him to lift.
Yes, Pete. Shocking kick-off from Banks there from full-back. Just wobbled it, a wobbly old punt off the boot.
Well, Spalding, not known for his long kicking, can surprise you at times from 55 metres. That's a beautiful-looking drop punt. That might get there. I think it did. It's a goal. Wow, Earl Spalding surprises everyone, kicks a great goal, and Melbourne fight back. 2-8 Collingwood, Melbourne 2-3.
Well, as I said, Pete, that mistake from Dennis Banks, the kick out from full-back, just wobbled off the boot. Was lucky to get 40 metres because Earl Spalding was kicking out from almost the 50-metre line, and if you're kicking out 40 metres from full-back, you're not doing a job.
Glenn Lovett has come out with the ball. He gives it over to Brett Lovett. Kick number 8 for him. Spalding again, marking in front of Tarping.
That's better movement there from Earl Spalding.
Too far out to score this time. After that nice goal, Cuthbertson. Oh, mark, free kick, whatever.
Yes, Pete, there's no doubt there would have been a free kick paid because Darren Mullane just dragged him away. But Darren Cuthbertson able to take a very good chest mark.
Is Mullane? Do you think Mullane's in the back pocket, Bernie?
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it, Pete? There would be no other reason why Mullane would be playing in the back line. I don't think he would have followed the play down there. He wouldn't have been down there that quickly.
So Darren Cuthbertson has a chance to make amends for missing that goal a couple of minutes back. What's he done with it? It's a goal. His first, and the Demons hit the front 3-3 to 2-8.
Yes, and he's the danger player down there on that forward line. 7 great goals last week. Earl Spalding starting to take control across the half-forward line. A good leading mark, and Cuthbertson in front. Mullane tried to drag him away from it. Just not able to.
After an excellent mark that. Oh, tapped down brilliantly to Viney. That was a great tap by Steins to full forward. Cuthbertson at the back. He's got it. An open goal coming up. Darren Cuthbertson kicks. It's another one to the youngster. Beautiful football by the little forward pocket player. 4-3-27 Melbourne. Collingwood 2-8-20.
Well, the good thing about this fellow, Cuthbertson, he's very good in the air, but as soon as the ball hits the ground, he's very quick at the recovery as well. As we see this kick, perfect ruck work by Jimmy Steins out of the centre, found Todd Viney. Cuthbertson flew for the mark, recovered very quickly, and only 5 minutes gone in this second quarter.
Bad luck for Melbourne because Darren Bennett, the way he kicks, was well within scoring distance. Glenn Lovett and Turner, Keogh and Gafer. Keogh breaks clear, breaks the tackle beautifully. That took strength, and that's going pretty close, but I fancy just... No, it's a goal! Oh, it looked as though it had drifted away. The crowd was pretty quiet when the goal umpire stood motionless and then put up the 2 fingers. So a quick fight back again by Melbourne. 5-3 to 4-8. Great game.
Yes, and you'd almost think that you're in South Australia after that goal was kicked because very little reaction to that from the crowd. Must have been very close again, but Rod Keogh doing very well to break that tackle from Michael Gafer.
In this second quarter, Brinter on the ground to replace Stretch, and they love him, the Melbourne supporters. Good use of the body by Spalding, but Kerrison Goes back. Oh, he's kicked it out wide. Who will it bounce for? It'll bounce for Keogh. Can he break the tackle? He can. He looks for the short one. Dummies onto the right foot. Great play. Option of two players, and he's found Glenn Lovett.
Yes, he didn't panic there, did he, Rod Keogh? Kicking on his unnatural foot, his right foot.
Glenn Lovett from 50 metres runs very close to Dacos. A high floating drop punt. Will it sneak in for a goal? Yes, it will. So Glenn Lovett kicks his first and Melbourne sneak away. Melbourne 6-3-39 lead Collingwood 4-8-32.
It's been a good quarter by Melbourne. 5 goals coming so far, and we've only seen 11 minutes of play. Lovett right from the 50-metre line made the distance easily, and so maybe there is a slight wind advantage to the end Melbourne are kicking to.
Goes to the outer side anyway. Dyson was up early. Owen down. Spalding. Hand pass over the top, close to the boundary line. Dyson reads it well, gets there first. A centering kick. Cuthbertson marks in front. Good play. Good play from Dyson.
Good play by Dyson, because he knew he had no chance of kicking a goal from there. He was under enormous pressure. All he could do was throw the ball onto his boot, and not very well read by Gavin Krosiska.
Talking about reading the play, Cuthbertson, a terrific reader of the play, Bernie.
Oh, he's a good player. Don't worry about that, Pete.
Cuthbertson for goal number 3 for him. It's there. Well, Cuthbertson becomes the leading goal kicker of the match again. 5-9 to 7-3. Just under 8 minutes left in the half.
Yes, Darren Cuthbertson, 3 goals for the term. Could easily have been 4. As we have a look at this play by Dyson, a good hand pass by Earl Spalding. And Dyson knew he was about to be tackled, just threw it onto his left foot. The centering kick, which found Cuthbertson moving into the right position.
The Magpies by 8. Half a minute of play left. Who'll get it out of the centre? The vital centre, Dyson. Sockers it forward. Tarpey just took his eyes off it. Todd Viney. A hand pass to Beveridge. Beveridge from 60 metres. A high floater. One-on-one contest. Francisco and Cuthbertson. Oh, Cuthbertson too good. Another goal to the youngster.
4 goals he's kicked. So youngsters starring today. Mark Richardson 3 at the other end. Darren Cuthbertson 4 for Melbourne.
It's been a tremendous turn by this bloke. 7 goals last week in that 28-goal scoreline for Melbourne, and there again using his body very well. He could very easily have had 5 goals for the term, because he missed that easy one when he should have had the kick on his right foot.
Both are playing well this afternoon. Bennett. And for Melbourne to win, they need him to fire. Cuthbertson on a lead. Bennett unloads with the long bomb. Huge kick down towards the square. Cuthbertson, a magnificent grab. Mark of the day.
Magnificent, Pete. That's for sure. That was a tremendous mark by the young fella.
This kid is going to be it could be a champion, this kid.
Yes, no doubt, but
if you don't make that mark of the day, I'll walk home.
Michael Gaffer there making the mistake of standing there and providing the step ladder for Darren Cuthbertson to climb on.
Well, I think both of you guys will be proud of that mark. As former full forwards, and he's got the goal. 5 goals to Darren Cuthbertson, and I'd like to see a look at the mark again, because it was a real gem. 9-3 to 7-13.
There's no doubt about that, Pete, and he's got special talent, this bloke. Darren Cuthbertson playing in the forward pocket as we have a look at that mark again. And what a great grab that was. One grab too. It was a very sure mark, because that was a long torpedo punt from Darren Bennett. Not the easiest kick to mark.
Turner, Phoebe, a lot of pressure on, off the ground, and the mark has been taken by Spencer. That was kicked off the ground by Stretch. Now, Spencer is 65 metres from goal. The lead is being made now. The short one is on, over the back. He'll get there first. This is Ford. Ford hooks her back towards the goal. It could be a goal to Melbourne. It is. Great goal.
Ford's first goal, and a timely one for the Demons after some untidy play, ugly play almost, but they really had to work for that kick, Bernie.
They certainly did, Pete, and kicks aren't easy to come by out there at the moment. Enormous pressure being applied by both sides. That's the first goal for the term from either side, and that's come at the 12.5-minute mark of the quarter, so that shows how tight things are out there on the ground.
A little bit of an injury cloud over him. Road offloaded. It's Dyson ultimately. just up from the back pocket to get a kick in, and it's a pretty good one too. Bounces well for Viney. Turner rides him into the ground. A little toe poke by Owen gets the ball moving. Kerrison in the road. Ball finally slapped out to Owen again on the edge of the square. Measures the pass and measures it well, and Bennett takes the mark.
And couldn't have found a better man there either, Peter, because it's Darren Bennett, the player, to have the kick from just on the 50-metre line. Good play by Rod Owen. He's had a quiet afternoon, been well held. Jamie Turner's done a magnificent job on him. And Darren Bennett should have no problem with the distance.
Darren Bennett well held, as you can see, 4 kicks, but a vital kick coming on. He's kicked one. He'll kick from 50 metres out to the right. It's swinging back. It's a beautiful kick, a goal. 2 goals to Darren Bennett. Couldn't have come at a more vital time. 11-4, 70 Melbourne. Collingwood 7-15, 57.
Well, that's a danger for Collingwood, of course. Darren Bennett, 4 marks, 5 kicks and 1 hand pass, so not great on the stats. But he only needs about 3 or 4 kicks to be a very damaging player, as we saw there. 50 metres out, no problem making the distance. A very damaging player.
The captain's kick into the open spaces. Spencer racing forward with Banks. A hand pass and a hurried one at that. Back it comes to Dyson. You'll have to get rid of it quickly. Good tackle. Spencer again. Another hand pass. Goes backwards. And this time he does find the player in Stephen Stretch. Not a long kick. Thumped away by Christian. Owen turns on a thrippity bit right on 50 to get the ball back. It could bounce through. It's bounced and it is through for 4 points. Owen kicks his first goal and a valuable one for Melbourne. 12-4 to 7-15.
Yes, but they need to do well in this term too, Melbourne, because as we said earlier, the breeze has stiffened, strengthened towards the end. Melbourne are kicking too. As we have a look at this in replay, Rod Owen, a very quiet afternoon, 6 kicks now, but a very valuable kick there. The tumble punt around the corner from 50 metres, and the wind assisting that, was able to just tumble through. So Rod Owen, he's also very damaging if he gets the ball.
1.5 minutes left in the term. Dennis Banks kicks in. That's a good kick. Clark, then Cuthbertson. Dangerous near goal, this fellow, he knows where they are. Does he what? That's goal number 6. He doesn't need too many opportunities. 13-6, great kicking to 8-15.
Well, it's good to see the player with skills on both sides of his body too, Darren Cuthbertson. A natural right footer, but reading the play beautifully there. Good thump away by Rodney Grinter into attack. And Stephen Clark leaving that one for Cuthbertson. A beautiful delivery on that left boot. So 6 goals to Cuthbertson.
And the mark at the back to Beveridge. He plays on quickly. Back to Glenn Lovett. 45 metres out from goal. This time perhaps. Bennett! Next to the behind post is marked. He's kicked 2 goals today. Pretty acute angle, Bernie.
There's very little Dennis Banks could do about that. Just caught out of position. In front, doing the right thing, but Bennett playing on. He's had a snap. I think he's put it through.
He has. It's a goal. Great start for the Demons in the last quarter. Bennett's third. Scoreboard 14-7, 91 to 8-15, 63.
Well, this has been a great start by Melbourne. The start of the final term, only a minute and a half gone. They're playing on at every chance, Melbourne. Glenn Lovett again had another opportunity to seal that from 45 metres. And Dennis Banks just couldn't do anything about it. Bennett with the height advantage, playing on, and a very good kick across his body to put that one through for his third.
Stephen Phoebe, 2 bounces. He can go again. Oh, he elects to kick. A very clever kick. Campbell, Brett Lovett. The leads are on. The 2-pronged attack. Bennett! Oh, yes, too big. Too strong for Dennis Banks.
Yeah, just got a height advantage over Banks. Darren Bennett 196 centimetres against Dennis Banks 185, and that's a big advantage in this last quarter. He's leading so very well too, Darren Bennett.
Well, Bernie's kicked 3 and he is a booming kick, so I think he'll make the distance all right from 49 metres. Darren Bennett, beautiful kick. Goal. 4 goals to the full forward. Melbourne go away again. 15-10, the even 100 to the Magpies. 9-16, 70.
Well, the side's hard to beat, of course, with Bennett, who's kicked 4 goals in the forward line. Cuthbertson's kicked 6. These 2 players have combined very well. If Bennett's not getting the ball, which he wasn't early in the game, Cuthbertson was. But Bennett's height's really come into it in this last term, taking a couple of very strong grabs on the lead.
With Viney, ultimately. Spalding, good to see him back on the ground. this time. Spears in the pass down towards full forward, and Bennett again takes the mark.
Bennett really appreciating the space on that forward line now. Melbourne doing well around the centre of the ground. Their on-ball players continually feeding the ball into that forward line.
So Darren Bennett coming in for kick number 9 and goal number 5. Again, the distance shouldn't be a problem. Right on 50, booming drop punt. The goal umpire indicates full points. So 5 goals to Bennett. And Melbourne really coming home with the wood sail. They lead by 6 goals, 106 to 70.
As Darren Bennett kicking 3 goals in his final term. He's kicked all the Melbourne goals for the term, in fact. Just really, as I said, appreciating the space on the forward line. The centre line players driving the ball continually into the forward line. Melbourne well on top at the moment.
Melbourne going to be a hard side to beat this year. That's the half-forward line. Lyon sets himself. Oh, great play, Lovett. Have a look at that. Oh, magnificent play, Lovett. On to Clark. Now Todd Viney. The lead is on. Oh, great mark, Cuthbertson.
He's got something special about him, this boy, hasn't he?
Not quite as spectacular as the one at the other end of the ground, Bertie, but it would be in our marks of the day collection.
I tell you what, that's not a bad mark all the same, Pete.
I like the other one.
Oh, championship qualities, this kid. He's going for goal number 7 after 7 last week. What a foil he is for Darren Bennett. Darren Cuthbertson, the boy from Epping. Kicks a goal. It's another one.
To Darren take. 17 to 17-11. Darren Cuthbertson 7. Darren Bennett 5.
It's been a good performance by the 2 Melbourne forwards, but it'll be very nice up on that forward line at the moment, the way the ball is coming down there. There's plenty of space into which the Melbourne players can lead into. And Cuthbertson 7 last week, 7 this week. And he's a real promising player.
Good rover. That's Phoebe tapping it down. Todd Viney's played a great game again. He does a lot of hard work, Todd Viney. And there's the siren. A magnificent victory here at VFL Park for the Melbourne Football Club. Melbourne 17-11, 113 have defeated Collingwood 10-17, 77.
Well, Melbourne finishing much the stronger of the 2 sides. They added 4 goals, 5 in the last quarter. Collingwood only 2 goals, 2. Some shot of Peter Dacos there. He went out of it really after half-time. And then Lovett, the shot of him there. The 2 Lovetts were brilliant, weren't they, Bertie?
Yes, an exceptional game by Brett Lovett across the half-back line. And Glenn Lovett, as Peter McKenna said earlier, one of the most improved players in the game. But bad signs for Collingwood, only 3 goals after half-time.
3 goals after half-time, and Melbourne, on the other hand, they kicked 9 goals after the main break. So repeating the final scores, it was a win to Melbourne, 17-11, 113, defeating the reigning premiers 10-17, 77 before 55,000 fans at VFL Park.